afternoon and good morning. Welcome to Guna Matters. It's not the last show of the year, of the season, but it is the last final day's review and the season's review and whatnot. But all of that after. I'm going to have to get used to that. Anyway, you guys, you don't need any introduction, but it's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to be with you guys. You're legendary. And I've poured my heart last 2 weeks ago about how I learn from you. I learn a lot from your insight, especially because you are female supporters. Larissa, welcome back to Guna Matters tonight, the final day review. There's obviously 2 final days, which is WSL and EPL. And what a send-off it was for 3 WSL players. Seema, welcome to you as well. Always available, as you never say no as you are out of the country. But it's always nice to have you guys. The other ladies might make it, might not make it, all by thank you to them as well. It's not the end of the season. It's not the end of the show, rather. It's the end of the season. We're going to go ahead and enjoy ourselves in the new season and throughout the transfer windows. Seema, let's start with you. WSL. What a game, final game it was, and what a send-off for a few players there. And let me just put up the thumbnail. I'm going to put you on top. I'm going to be at the bottom. The ladies 5-0 at home to at home with Brighton visiting. I didn't watch the game because I couldn't find any link. I mean, you still tried to send me some links, Larissa, but I couldn't get into it. But I saw the highlights. Seema, go for it. Tell us. I'm not sure if you watched the game. I know you were at the stadium though. No, but that was the day before, Saturday.
No, yeah, the WSL one. I was flicking through the channels. I didn't actually get to see the Arsenal one. I saw the other 2 that were playing on ITV, I think it was, and Channel 4, I think, or Channel 5, one of them. But I saw the highlights too, and I mean, what a great day to have all the games playing and everyone on the edge of their seats wanting to know what's going on, and hoping that Chelsea wouldn't score so many, and that, you know, City would really turn up. But we always knew that we were going to be third, right? So, you know, it was expected, like we kind of expected in the men's game too. But your take on the Larissa?
Yeah, I was actually surprised.
I got silent.
Can you hear us, Seema? Seema? I think Seema has disconnected herself.
I can still hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you either.
Me?
We can't hear you. I'll send her a message quickly. You can go ahead, Larissa.
Yeah, the beginning was again like, you know, a little bit like slow and typical Arsenal, to say it like that. But yeah, then we scored the goal and suddenly the dam broke and everybody was like doing what they needed to do. Of course, the Viv moment was Viv coming in, first touch, scoring right away. It was like the perfect send-off.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
I can hear you now. I can hear now. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was of course the perfect send-off for Viv. And yeah, it was nice that D'Angelo was playing to give her like the final minutes.
A clean sheet, yeah.
I actually sad that she's going because yeah, I think she's been good. And
I
she
think
had
she's
also,
better than, you know what, I think she's better than Zinsberger.
yeah, my opinion as well. But apparently Arsenal sees something else. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen next season. But I was actually surprised that Seema mentioned the Chelsea game, and I was actually surprised that Earps let in 6 goals. I was very surprised at that. I was like, was she still drunk from the FA Cup or?
Looks like it. Looks like it.
Yeah.
Hello, Joan.
Look at what.
Evening,
Hey.
Joan. Oh.
You know what? I've got a theory about the Chelsea and Manchester United game.
And that is.
You know me, I like to be the controversial.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Is it something regarding the same what happened to Spurs, perhaps? You know, because the rivalry between City and Man United. I mean,
I actually was thinking about that.
Man United won Chelsea in the FA Cup so convincingly.
Yeah.
And to go 5 or 6-0 to in the Premier League, you know, rather I'll give it to Chelsea and send off Emma Hayes, and not wanting City to win. I mean, City was in pole position.
Yeah.
And they just by the wayside, Chelsea come and they scored. And I don't think it was so convincing either. Well, that's my theory.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a John. Another cat. Sorry, Liris.
No, John, her mic is muted. I can see from here.
Oh, yeah. No, but yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, yeah, the conspiracy, because all the presenter kept saying was, this is embarrassing by United. This is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't hear anyone talking about saying this is embarrassing by Spurs when they were playing, you know, against City. So, hey.
Yeah.
Good on them for saying that, though.
You know what? There's so many people liking or loving Ange Postecoglou. I must say big ups to him that went off on that fans, though. But I think somehow deep down, the players, I mean, Son, he scores that goal every day of the week and on Sundays, every day. He scores that goal all the time. And I mean, he could either chip the keeper, he could have gone around the keeper, but he chose to go through the keeper. And you know what? It's hindsight, ifs, buts, and maybes. But at the end of the day, it is all about professionalism. And I would want to believe that the players didn't want to throw the game. But there's times in the game that looked like they did. The first goal where De Bruyne squares the ball to Haaland. What's his name? Romero. He could have thrown himself. He could have thrown himself. Did you see that? he could have thrown himself to the ball.
Yeah.
And Porro, was it Porro? Pedro Porro, giving the smallest touch of but at the end of the day, it is a touch, it is a penalty. But you know what? For me, those are the moments that look like they threw the game. Well, again, controversy from my side, but that's how I saw it.
There was also 3 short passes that they couldn't even bring to the other player. I think I said it in a group chat, like, is he gonna play for City next season or what? Because he was just like giving the ball away.
I think what got me the most was the final at the end when the final whistle went and how Pep went and hugged Son and hugged the other guy and tapped him on the back. Hey, thanks a lot, you know.
Yeah.
You know, guys, we do sound salty a bit, but I mean that is.
Who cares?
That is the reality.
Actually, let's just throw that game in the bin and just say, do you know what? We whipped their asses anyway. So
yeah.
We beat the top 6. Who gives the toss? Next season, We're going there, we're parking the bus, we're reversing, we're doing a 2.5, we're doing everything possible with that bus and kicking their butt.
Joan, good evening and welcome to Cannon Fodder. I'm looking at Alex. How's it, Alex? Good evening to you, Cannon Fodder, mate. Did you watch the WSL final game against Brighton?
The mic.
Ooh.
Mike. She's on mute. Yes.
I actually didn't get to watch that, and because of the touring theatre production that I'm in, I didn't get to the game. So I sort of had an ear out to what was going on. Obviously, I'm delighted for the ladies. Wonderful, wonderful scoreline. Nice to see that. And I probably will get censored for saying what I want to say about Spurs. You know, I overheard what you were saying, and I think any football fan's money would have been on Son scoring that goal. You know, as very much we may despise Spurs, Son is a good player, and it's something that that's a routine finish for him.
Mm-hmm.
And it stank of we are going to not, you know, it looks like we're going to have a go, but we're not having a go, which is why I credit West Ham for what they did because when West Ham literally had nothing, but they had a go, and you know they wouldn't.
I must correct you, Joan. They have a 5 million. They have a 5 million to play for, though. If we had won the league, they would have gotten that 5 million.
An extra 5,
Yeah, but I mean, no, but I mean, in the position that they're in, I mean, Spurs could have gone into a different competition than that they have qualified for. You know, and that to me, if you're a professional footballer, you want to go for the highest one that you can get.
Of course.
It doesn't mean that you roll over because your rival is going to get something above you. You want to get to be able to maybe to play your rival again in these other, I know your teams from the same country don't end up playing each other unless it's in a final, but after all the years that I've been watching football, I was really saddened that any team that calls themselves a professional team could do that. It's an absolute disgrace. And I think all the bits that have been picked up are right. The Porro, Romero, and the love fest with Pep and Son at the end. The love fest with Pep and Romero. It was. I mean, ultimately, we shouldn't expect that we should have to rely on a favour. Ultimately, we shouldn't.
Yeah.
But it's just beyond me that a team would deliberately do that. I couldn't. I would be letting myself down as a professional footballer if I did that, and I'd find it very hard to go out, without knowing that I'd deliberately done that. I probably upset a lot of people saying it, but it really is scraping the barrel,
Yeah, no, sure. I mean, I hear what you're saying, Joan, and I think at the end of the day, it is all about what you can gain from your season. I mean, if they had win City, Villa lost to Crystal Palace 5-0, and the Opta predicted that they will go there and they will lose. And they could have gone in fourth, and they would have been in prime position for Champions League next season.
Exactly, that's exactly right.
And that is the mentality of their fans. And a lot of what the fans do on the day in your stadium, it comes to your ears and it affects your game, and it does affect your performance, and it affects your mentality. But Ange and the players, I'm sure, and I want to believe that they really wanted to get to that point, bar the fact that I've mentioned earlier, the moments in the game where it looked like they threw the game. But I don't think Ange would have, appreciated the players do those things. I mean, they would expect it from the fans, but I don't think he expected the players
Well,
to.
I'm sure even Ange didn't expect. I don't think Ange expected Son to miss that.
No,
No,
I mean,
definitely not.
I think the only people that were cheering were the Arsenal supporters. Not a single Spurs fan in that stadium was actually cheering Son to get that ball in the net.
No.
Yeah, they rather prayed for it not to go in, though. But,
yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's all about how and what is your goals as a player, professional player. I mean, like I say, Son scores that goal every day of the week and plus on Sundays. So I don't see any other way. But look, like you say, Joan, we don't expect other teams to or SEMA to do us favors. We had to do what we have to do, especially in the games against West Ham, Fulham, Villa, Newcastle. Unfortunately, is one of those. But we had chance to get back into the Newcastle game as well.
Yeah.
And this is a mission. It is something that we're going to have to look at and say, in hindsight, if only. But maybe no, it doesn't work like that. You had to do your job on the day at times. And we can blame VAR and the PGML for everything, but at the end of the day, we don't have control over those things as players, as fans. But yeah, I want to pick your brain on the last final standing, obviously. The first two, they're exactly the same. 18 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses. The goals for is 10. The goals against is 18 to 15. And obviously there was what is that? 14, 13 goal difference gap. And the points is exactly the same. It's only the goal difference that saw Chelsea gone. Therefore, I say Manchester United had also the same sort of moments in their game against Chelsea. Is that possible in the females game, Laris?
No, I think this. Yeah, I mean, it's something that we speculate about, but I think it's like first time. I mean, previous seasons I never experienced something like that. That like Chelsea or City would say like, oh, let's throw the game because they can win. So I don't even think it's in the mindset of these girls.
I think I personally think it's because the clubs, it's people at the top that are now like saying, do you know what? They've probably got something going on the back door, this owner with that owner, and I don't know. I mean, I don't want to speculate it, but it's getting to be a very dirty. What I'd like to see actually is the statistics and the odds that were going through leading up to this game, because the game I'm going back to the City and Spurs game, that was not scheduled to be then. It should have happened
was scheduled before. Yeah.
So it wouldn't have been. So what were the betting odds going on this one? That's what I want to see, and who is betting on them?
Now you sound a very controversial.
I learned off you the best. Say ho.
But you make a fair point. But at the end of the day, it was scheduled to be, I think, weeks before, and then obviously it happened. So there's so many scenarios that you can look at. But if you look at the Chelsea Man City WS game as well, also went down to the real wire, to the last day of the season. However, Chelsea obviously won very, very convincingly, whereas City, pardon me, just played their normal game. And as what's the name, Emerson alluded to earlier on, he said that City has lost Bunny Shaw, and it didn't help City for that, and relied on him and Kelly. But it's also two very good players, Hemp and Kelly. I mean, I saw the game that we played against them, where Hemp was she was just a menace for our defenders.
Yeah.
And she's a very good player, and I saw her in the Euros 20 as well. Joan, you obviously didn't watch the games, but I mean, it's on the day. It would have been a nervy situation for those two teams. And looking at next season, with Arsenal coming very close throughout the season to these two teams, do you think we stand a chance to at least overtake one of them next season?
Well, I think that should
Especially
be
Chelsea leaving.
I think I think like at the end of the men's game, one of the pundits, it might have been Rio, I don't know, but said that disappointment will be your catalyst to drive you forward next time. And so if if you're in place 3, you want to try and go one higher, or you want to try and get to the top, but it's what you desire and your mentality about what you want. Arsenal came close. I mean, I think a few shows ago, we were talking about maybe would they finish it in that position, and they have. So I think the girls won't settle, for 3rd place. They will want to better themselves next season. I would certainly want to, no matter what, like the person on the bottom will want to creep. So everybody will want to do better. I mean, Chelsea are at the top, but no, I think the Arsenal will be able to creep up there. And it's in everybody's mentality and what you want to achieve as a team. And disappointment does drive you forward. And you've got to take that. So, right, this is where we've had some good wins. Yeah, you look back. At this time of the season, we all don't think about all the good things that have happened, but we drift back to a few dodgy results. But you've got to learn from those things and try and cut out the mistakes that have happened, and then take that positively into the new season. And I think both the ladies and obviously the men will do that.
Yeah,
for sure. Larissa, next season, I mean, if you look at the top 3 and the 3 below them, there is no real competition in terms of points on the board. Do you see any improvement from those guys and even the teams below, like Villa, like maybe what's the other team that we've played that also we lost against, Reading or something?
West Ham.
West Ham, so yeah. So do you think there's an improvement, or is the top 3 going to stay the way, maybe in a different format or different? I don't see any improvement from the other teams because, I mean, at this point, the 3 of the ladies' WSL teams are flying high. What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously like now for the past few years that Chelsea, City, Arsenal is always top 3, can be changing sometimes. United, I thought that maybe they would also like go for the top 3, but yeah, now they made it till 5. So, and I think maybe that's also because they lost Alessia Russo, and Jay-Z is not really doing what she used to do by Barcelona. So I have a feeling for next season it will be those 3 again in the top, but then hopefully Arsenal first, City second, Chelsea third, maybe.
Well, don't forget they don't have Emma Hayes, so
no, exactly.
Adapting to a new manager, and we know with Chelsea's history with the men's team.
Yeah, but I think with that, I mean, you may be right, but also I think that the structure is already there. I think the mentality of the players are there. It might be that they will drop off a bit, but whoever's coming in might just continue with building on that. If not, then that person would be a failure, I think. But maybe you're right, Sima, you never know. Also, there's the new manager's bounce thing, that myth sort of thing.
And it's nice for Arsenal that we're going to be playing 11 games at the Emirates. I think that's a very
Exactly.
Isn't it 14? Isn't it 14?
I think it's 11 going to be
played
at the Emirates.
It's going to be 8 for sure, and then 3
8 for sure.
For Champions League, but
Champions League,
Champions League, those 3 will also be
Yeah.
WSL games.
So it's when you're, it's much obviously playing at Meadow Park and coming to play at the Emirates. It's a very, very, very good boost for the teams
For
to
the
be
team,
playing.
yeah,
I think, to be honest, I think they should play all their bloody games there. Why go out?
And it will be good
Well,
revenue it will be good revenue for the club, because I mean it's what it was 60 odd people the last game that they played there.
Yeah, that's just it. The
Was
people want to come because they can't
55,000.
come to the men's game. They want to come to the women's game because they see the excitement in it.
Yeah, and there's not a restriction with regarding the tickets either.
No, you could just buy them.
Well,
Yeah,
that's your opt.
and they're not expensive either. They're just so super. I think it was like £15 for like club level, or £30 for club level, or something like that.
Wow.
And I was sitting almost in front.
Yeah, I'd love to sit there.
This was my next point. I mean, Ange just jumped the gun here. City didn't even win a trophy this season, did they? No, they didn't. It is Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal. There's another. Well, we didn't. No, nobody went and won the Champions League. So I think that is the 3 trophies there was, and City didn't come close to win one of those.
Oh.
Maybe there wasn't enough. They didn't pay over the odds and break the rules and all that crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that is also why.
I'm just saying.
And I think that's also why I believe that United played the way they did, because they already won a FA Cup and they didn't want to give City the league. You know what? Again, my mind is running away with all this controversy.
No, but the thing is, we can't help it because it's been highlighted so much for that men's game that it's just ruined everything for a lot of fans. It's created animosity. I mean, fancy having, that video we've seen with the Arsenal fan walking through the Chelsea, and how they were taunting him. You know what? I was standing outside the Emirates and there was a guy walked past with a West Ham shirt on, and everybody started singing Forever Blowing Bubbles, not abusing him, but singing, their song. But, we wouldn't do that. But
for sure.
Everyone seems to feel that they can do that. Why? Because, you know why? Because we're such a great team that they just resent us for it.
They actually showed. Sorry,
Go on.
they actually showed like this guy who was wearing half a top from half West Ham, half Arsenal, and I was like, how can you even wear that? Like,
yeah.
And
that's obviously a neutral. He's definitely not.
Here and the Arsenal crowd here, and I was like, never.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Really
and then I want to come to a point of the send off. But now, first, before we get to the send off, Seema, I hope you're not going to be upset with me, but let's just see this. And by this time, I don't even think you knew this is going to happen.
Just something for us ladies on our Tuesday night game.
Well, I hope you always have a lovely Tuesday night, and obviously she's had a big game tonight, so let's hope that the second half is going to be good.
And good luck for all the rest of the season. Thank you.
Seema, did you know by that time that she's going to leave?
No idea.
Nobody knew.
No idea. Huh? If I'd had any hint, I would have asked her. So, but
sure.
No idea whatsoever. Yeah, I would have. She was there with Beth, because I saw Beth earlier, and then I met her on the way to the ladies' room.
Yeah, you meet.
We're outside. We're outside actually at that point. So, but we crossed the door, and all I did was I couldn't get the words. I went, she goes, yeah, I am. So she knew what I was going to ask. So, but yeah, she was really nice.
So it's going to be a sad season. No, it's not going to be a sad season. It's going to be a season where we miss her.
Yes.
Is it true that she's going to go to City?
Oh,
I don't know.
Rumors galore.
I think
I would love her to go to another league and not WSL. If she goes to City, I'll probably cry. Yeah, well, that's the rumor, and
Yeah.
of course the other two ladies and we've touched on it earlier on. D'Angelo, I believe she is a much better goalkeeper than Zinsberger. I think she has got more flexibility. She's very quick. I think that penalty that she saved in one of the cup games, she was a massive contributor in the cup that we've won. And even the last game, she had a clean sheet when she played. So I think yeah, my opinion, she's much better. But good luck to her. Marquise, I have never seen play really. I don't know if you guys have seen her play. I don't know where she's going. Do you have any idea, John, where these ladies are going?
No, I don't. But I wouldn't like to see any of them go to Manchester City. I know that. No. As I say, I have to be, you know, probably amongst the panelists, the one with the least knowledge about the ladies, and obviously that's me going on about what you want to achieve. My aim for next season is to learn more about the ladies so that I can take more, make more formed opinions of what's going on. I mean, like you wish them well. I mean, obviously, Viv is going to be. I mean, every player that leaves is going to be a loss. But we've like touched on before that you have to have some refreshment. You have to have something new, which helps get rid of the predictability of the way teams think you play. Somebody else coming in brings something different. So those can only be positive. Obviously, I wish all the ladies very, very well. They've been good servants, you know, to the club, and yeah, let's move on positive for the new season with me actually learning a bit more and spending some more time watching the ladies' games.
There's actually a rumor about D'Angelo going to Aston Villa, and Anna Lead, she's leaving Villa. So there's also rumors going on that they might switch now.
And that's what I said a few shows ago. I like Anna Lead because she's a very good keeper. I've made a point of watching how she plays when she played, and well, that would be a good swap. Although I still think D'Angelo is a better keeper, but at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yeah, and also still wants to go for Van Domselaar, but she still is on contract, so Arsenal needs to pay for her, while Anna Lead is free agent.
And there's the confirmation, Mr. Emerson Cassier. You also think what's her name will go to Villa and Marquise will return to America.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's been out for long, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was also on a loan to Bristol City.
Ooh.
Yeah.
She was last season, I think she played like one game for us. Then they sent her for this season, they sent her out on a loan to Bristol, and that's where she did her ACL. So she came back to Arsenal.
Oh. Sima, Andrew's saying we've got Stina Ballerina. Obviously, yes, you can say that, but Miedema, unfortunately, for me, was a legend. And Stina, I think Stina signed a new contract, didn't she?
Yeah,
Today?
she signed yesterday. Today?
Yeah, she signed yesterday. And she has to work on her status to become a legend. She's very, very quickly on her way there, isn't she?
Well, sometimes it takes one to leave for the other to shine. You know, so they have their own time, you know, so maybe, you know, now that, you know, she's gone, Miedema's gone, then we've got, Stina's got the perfect opportunity to, you know, show herself more than what she's shown, let's just say. I mean, clearly they've seen something in her to give her the contract and not keep, which is a lot disappointing for us fans, but they know what they're doing, right? We're not the managers, so
But that is just so. We've spoke about the last couple of weeks. There was also rumors that she was going to leave. Remember, we said, I think Ange brought it up. She might leave, but now we've secured the signature, and big ups to the club that they look after that portion, especially with MIEDEMA leaving. Lacasse, is there something wrong with that? Like, because she scored the other day, but I think she scored the 4th goal or the 5th goal.
No, she wasn't on this game.
No, it wasn't her. 27?
No,
it wasn't her.
She was suspended. No, that was Codina. Codina scored.
Oh, Codina's right, yeah, sorry.
It was actually an own goal, but
no, what is the story with Lacasse? I mean, she's close to your town.
I think she's getting used to the league.
Oh, yeah.
She's coming from Portugal, from the Portuguese league. So I think she's just getting used to the English league.
It'd be sad to see if she can't fit into the league, because she's a good player.
No, I think she's just like finding her way now. And I read actually an interview about her in one of the few programs back. And she was saying that when she was playing in the Portuguese league, that she was like very on her own. Like, she isn't used to the familiar feeling of the whole team. And now she's hanging out with Amanda. She was also hanging out with Sabrina, but yeah, she's leaving now. And she's also getting used to that whole thing that the whole team is actually like a whole team. And she didn't have that in the last team that she played in. So I think that's also a little bit of adjusting on the pitch, off the pitch.
Yeah. Also, it makes sense what you're saying. It's like Declan Rice. He said when he came to Arsenal, he had to make used to, because the team that he played in, he never really had the ball. They were chasing the ball, and the same with the ladies. They are very possession-based footballers, so they keep the ball with for longer periods, and that could also be
other players. So I think maybe if she gets the time now and also have playing more with the girls, then I think next season she will be very important for us.
Yeah, definitely. And it brings me, before we go to the men's side of things, it brings me, okay, yes, Andrew's saying something. Okay, yeah, that's it. She's just confirming what you're saying.
Yeah.
It brings me to the player of the season. Wow. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a name I've heard spoken about a lot of when I've been listening to debates. Don't know, everybody rates it, yeah.
Well deserved.
I mean, she had to step up when Williamson was out injured.
Out, yeah, that's it.
So Lotte had to step up there, and yeah, like every week a different player next to her, and Laura was not there as well. So I think it's definitely deserved, really.
Definitely. I don't know if you guys saw the team sheet that's going to Australia. I didn't see her name there, or maybe I missed it.
No, she has a foot injury. She also called off the Lionesses.
Okay.
She's now out with a foot injury. Yeah.
That's the reason why she's not going. They're leaving when this week coming?
No, they're already on the flight.
They left already?
Yeah, they left.
They
left already. Yeah. I saw the videos of them boarding the flight or being on the flight.
Steph was doing a vlogging.
I'm actually surprised you didn't go to the airport, though.
Oh, God. Oh.
LWM, very well deserved. Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
So going into the next season, Kim Little obviously missed the penalty, and but she still played very well thereafter. Kim Little, for me, has a very, very good character on the pitch. You met her as well, Seema.
Yeah.
Is she the same character off the pitch?
Yeah, because the time there was one time when we were I was waiting there, and I saw her and I said, hey, can I get a photo? And I took a photo, and then when we were at half time, she walked past, she goes, you still here? And I went, well, I kind of am, because I still sit here. This is the area that I'm supposed to be in. And the fact that she acknowledged me the first time and then come back and say, hey, you still here? I'm like, yeah. So we're making a habit of this. We keep bumping into each other. And we just had a laugh. So, she is really friendly. So she's got humor in her.
She is.
Yeah.
I spoke with them when they were playing in Amsterdam, and I was there, and she was making time for all the Arsenal away fans, and she was saying to everybody, like, oh, thank you for coming, and oh, the weather, it was raining, like we were like soaked completely, and she was like, oh, and I'm so sorry about the weather, and I was like, yeah, I'm used to this weather, I live here. So she was like, oh, this is so great, and she really wanted to know, and she was so sweet.
I was really hoping that, because they were all there, weren't they, at the stadium, and I was really hoping that I'd be able to see some of them, but none of them came on through that.
The short side.
They sit on the opposite side. They have their own little box.
On the short one, they were like the videos. They were showing like the whole pitch. They were somewhere behind the goal.
Oh no, then they didn't come into the side where the media room is. So it's a shame. Yeah. But I got Cronky.
You got.
I actually called. I called him over. Can you believe it? So I got Per Mertesacker, and I asked him. I never go that side. I'm pretty good with it. I don't go that side. But that day I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna go. I went over and got Per, and then I saw Cronky, and we made eye contact. So I went. I took my phone. I said, "Can I get a pic? Can I get a pic?" And he looked around, he said, hang on. He turned around, put something down, and he just walked straight over to me. And then everybody saw, there was about 5 or 6 people. They just saw, they're like, oh my God. And then there was this guy from Thailand who was blogging. And he's like, oh my God, I didn't get a picture. But he's actually behind me. So he got in my picture. So
yeah. No, he's a bomber.
So it was really nice. And he shook my hand as well.
And he's coming for the new show for the next season. You already signed him?
I'm gonna get in there now.
You must sign these people up, Seema. You must sign them up. Give us inside information. Kim Little is a nice person, and from the early days that I was watching, she was very good as gold. Sure.
I don't know what Emerson met Mo Farah.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah,
I saw that.
I shut the door and he walked past. I was like, damn.
Ladies, I don't know where Joan is. Obviously busy with studio stuff.
Hello.
Joan is there. Hi.
Yeah, I'm here. Yes, I've been called to. I've got to go to London later this evening. I'm been recalled. Seema will know that term in the acting business. I was penciled and then recalled to studio to do something with TNT Sports, but embarrassingly, I had to play a Manchester United fan. Yes, I had to. When the script came in, it said you're playing an old London female taxi driver who's a bit of a hard character and who was a dodgy United fan in the past. And I said, so you do realise at the beginning of the tape, I was proudly wearing my Arsenal shirt. Yeah. So I had to be driving the taxi, or pretending to drive the taxi, and then I'll share the thing. I'll share it, but it's supposed to be driving. I've got my earpods in. And then I'm supposed to be listening to the game, and I'm saying things like, get the ball forward. Get the ball forward. What the bloody hell are you doing? I'm not there, get the ball forward. And then I turn around.
Can you not say Eric Ten Hag out?
Yeah, who's ever in the back who's talks to me, and I said, I'll tell you what the trouble is, mate. Sheffield United against Manchester United, the team had been relegated, and Manchester United were playing like a load of old shambles. We shouldn't be doing this. We should be pressing, get into the box, challenge the defenders, pressure on the goalkeeper. None of this side to side, back to the keeper. I think I'm at Wimbledon, not a bloody Old Trafford. What's going on?
Gary Neville, Jones coming for your job.
Yeah, I mean, really. So, but I had to. I said to them, I said, you do realise this is, so I would have drawn the line if you'd asked me to be a Spurs fan, because it just wouldn't have, I would not have. It choked me to have to pretend to be a Manchester United fan. But I did well enough. I thought, if I'm bad enough, they won't call me back. But it wasn't bad enough, and they called me back.
And what you're gonna go?
So,
you're gonna go tonight for tomorrow, is it?
So yeah, so it's for TNT Sports.
Yeah.
And God knows when it will be. But then they will shoot it in June sometime. So, but I'll send you my little tape. I mean, you'll have a laugh. But yeah.
I saw one of your tapes. That was so cool.
Yeah, you've seen one, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I can just imagine how you would be as a United fan. Is it not something that you can say, Erik ten Hag, you must go, or fix your league, or whatever?
No, I can't. I mean, the basis of it. Well, I mean, obviously they're building up for the new season with this advert. I don't know the full story. You never know these things until you actually sort of film them. A lot of it, you'll be told, like, this is what we want you to do, and this is what you're going to do, and then you don't get a lot of preparation time. So, but in the audition tape, they give you a scenario, and this was the one. It was the they wanted somebody with a proper London accent. They wanted somebody who looked a bit hard, charming. I mean, what are they suggesting? What are they suggesting? And somebody not putting it, because you can always tell when someone's putting the London accent on. Just watch EastEnders, and it happens on every episode. So they wanted somebody to do that and be this old haggard taxi driver getting frustrated, listening in, and so you. But you've got to be. It's not only saying it; you've got to be expressive as well in what you're doing. So you're using your eyes. And I had to make sure I didn't do any swearing, of course. But so it should be fun. Whenever it is. But I said to them, does it have to? Do I have to be a Manchester United fan? I mean, is it? Can't I be anybody? But I said, no, that's, you've had trouble supporting Manchester United, so I can agree with that part at least. So it should be fun, but I don't know the full story of it. Because
it's fair to say that TNT will be showing the Man United games.
There could be. I mean, it could be. I mean, I'm wondering, got the FA Cup. Well, we're shooting this after
that.
No, it's not, because it's not shooting until sometime in June, and I think this is going to be the gear up. It'll be the gear up for the new season. And obviously you've been talking about, the passage. Obviously Sheffield have been relegated, but I think the purpose was to see whether you could be this old, haggard, hard football character who's a taxi driver who loses it when she's driving somebody around. I
mean, they are the best people to talk to, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. The cabbies know everything.
The cabbies know everything. Yeah,
the cabbies know everything. So, but no, I did enjoy it, and again, as Seymour will know, with a lot of these things, that I had to do it really quickly because I was going on we've got to have this tape by a certain time, so I sat down and I just did it without a lot of preparation, really. So, and I've done things. I've spent hours setting up, and you don't get through, and then you do something like this, and you just never know. You just never know. But have
you guys seen the three advert?
Yes.
The 3 advert with the lady going, "Oh."
Yeah.
That's my friend. That's my best friend.
That one.
Yeah.
But I just I'm very passionate about football and very emotional. If it leads to something else, then I hope it does. if I bash into Gary Neville, he'll hear it from me. If I bash into a couple of them, they'll hear it from me about how much,
Yeah,
suddenly.
I bashed into one of them when he was coming out the men's toilet,
Oh, lovely.
and he had the most grumpiest face on him. I was like, oh,
Right.
don't even go near this one.
He always
Whoa.
have that face, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't forget that some of them have been a bit two-faced this season, actually, and
Of course they
how
are.
they have the audacity to then, towards the end of the season say, oh, well, if Arsenal don't win this,
Yeah.
it's going to be terrible. I don't know how they're going to lift themselves
Yeah.
up. I don't know how they've got the audacity to say it when they were slagging them off. They haven't got the mentality, they haven't got this, they haven't got that.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
how
they
we went on.
forget they forget Liverpool took 30 years to win their first title again. I think United also had a couple of more than 20 years to win their title before they started winning, and the same with City. I mean, so Arsenal has got the least amount of years not winning a title, but Arsenal is the worst team of them all. So the hate continues, and I don't know. You know what? It's beyond me. Looking at this graph, very tight. Last season, City won the league with 89 points. We have 89 points. We couldn't win the league this season. It's so bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
We ended up on same goal difference. However, they scored 5 more goals than us. Then they conceded much more than us. But yet again, they lost less games, and we won the same amount of games. And that's how tight it was.
But nobody makes like a song and dance of the ones that Manchester City drew, do they?
No.
Nobody makes a song and dance about that. As soon as we make a draw, it's a debate in the House of Parliament on the Monday.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's true.
So a lot of pundits are looking, Larissa, at the City game specifically when we went there and drew 0-0. People say if we have won that game, we would have won the league. But it's not just that one instance, is it?
No,
because you got to look at the Villa game, you got to look at the Fulham game, you got to look at the West Ham game, you got to look at the Newcastle game, and you got to look at all those other draws. I mean, for Pete's sake, we had 5 draws and 5 losses. So why are you looking only at the one drawn game? So that doesn't make sense to me, does it, Larissa?
No. I mean, you don't win the league or lose the league based on one game. You win it on base of the whole season. So it's all of these commentators on the television, I think they all wear City glasses, Liverpool glasses, and exactly the money. Without them, probably there's not a lot of money. I mean, there's 150 charges proving for that. So, I've been going mad at these reporters all the time. So I'm like,
Seema. Obviously Liverpool. I mean, I know a lot of Liverpool fans. My friends are Liverpool fans, and I have Liverpool fans come out everywhere. It's so bizarre to feel their arrogance. There was this one point in the league where they were, I think, 7 points clear or 5 points or something to that effect. And they don't believe that in their own little hearts, they said that we are going to win the league. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, they have gone and bottled it like Arsenal did last season. And they don't believe that. Do you think they have bottled it?
So my family are all Liverpool. Yeah. So my brothers, my nephews, my in-law side, they're all Liverpool. So for them, the arrogance, the things that they threw at us, and that the games, we went to watch the games together, right, in a bar, when we played them. And for them to be shouting and screaming at us, and we just sat there because we actually feared the fact that we wouldn't beat them. And then the fact that when obviously we lost, right, was it the Carabao or the FA Cup when they came home, and we lost. Yeah, but we knew that we weren't going to play for that cup, right? We had this conversation, on here, we knew that we weren't going to pay. But for them, it was like, oh, we slaughtered you, we hammered you, we got the league this year. And it was all the way. And then when they dropped off, and they did it, I think, in 2 games in a row, or 2 or 3 games in a row, they were just, you know, they were just like, oh, yeah. Well, you know, we didn't get this point against us. That VAR decision went against us. That should have been a penalty. No, you just weren't good enough on the day. But they just wouldn't want to admit it. And I agree, they did bottle it. But you know what? Not a single pundit is saying it. No one is shouting and screaming and doing it, right? And and the thing I said the most was, because obviously the last game of the season, and they're like shouting at, you know, on our WhatsApp group going on. And I said, you know what? What I'm more happy about is not Arsenal finishing above Liverpool. It's about the Morales finishing above the Jagotas, okay? It's a family feud. So that's all I care about, that we finished above it. It's so petty, but you know what? It zipped it up for them. It really did zip it up. Because, you know, you want to get personal, we got personal about it. So, yeah, no, I'm sorry. But, you know, they wanted to do it. They had the quad on halfway through the season, you know, and then it slowly, one at a time, it got ticked off. And then mathematically they had a chance, but it wasn't going to happen. So, sorry, Klopp didn't get what he wanted. End of.
And Joan Seema pointed on Klopp now, and I think his last words was, pardon me, he spoke about money. The Chelseas, the Cities, the Arsenals, the Uniteds spend so much money, and they didn't. I mean, there is proof that they have spent quite a bit of money. And he's trying to bring it out that they didn't spend the amount of money on players. I mean, they paid 89 million for one player, and then previously they paid the record breakers of a goalkeeper, a defender, but in his mind is they didn't spend money. How's that for saltiness?
Well, that's exactly what it is. Saltiness, isn't it? We're talking about Klopp here, or Guardiola?
Yes, Klopp. Yeah.
Klopp. You know, I don't think any of us are idiots. Every club spends money. Majority of the clubs, well, the vast majority of the clubs, apart from one, it seems, spend it legally. But in a lot of cases, no matter how much you spend, it doesn't always bring success. You know.
Yeah.
And we've seen it before, haven't we? Of high-priced players coming to Arsenal, but just haven't fitted in for whatever reason. But they came because there was an outcry of having let's bring in a top-class signing. Let's spend the money. Let's spend some money, which we did. But it doesn't always work. All those players have still got to play well together. Whether you spend a £5 on someone or 50 million, they've all got to be able to play together. And you know, I'm not a bit surprised at Klopp, because he's normally a realist, and really should come out and say we didn't play well in those games that we lost. Simple as. That's why we're in the position that we were. We dropped off, and we weren't able to, you know, catch up. Credit to Arsenal, who have. We've done everything, you know, by the board. You know, we've made mistakes along the way, and those mistakes have come back to bite us now. But like I said, disappointment brings determination, and next season it's going to be different. So I don't think. I think Arteta, in his speech, was very good. I think what Martin Odegaard in his speech said was very good, and it's giving, sort of setting the bar now that to go that one higher.
We've given Klopp a great picture to take back with him, haven't we?
Yeah.
You know, those 5 Liverpool players with our one Declan Rice, and they're all running for the goal, and not one of them could kick it in the net.
No.
That's a great picture. Love it.
Liverpool. I mean, they've been up there and they dropped off, and he just needs to accept that. You can't make money. Money doesn't make that happen. It's the quality of the team that you're playing that's put you in that position. Not enough credit given to the teams who have put them in that position by taking them on and beating them. A lot of. I know the managers sometimes don't like saying, that the better team won, but in some cases that is the case. Sometimes it isn't. Sometimes it's something else that's made it happen. It might not be the better team that has won, but the decision that's won it. We've all been on the end of it.
I think we've got a perfect example there, haven't we? Look at Everton, get 10 points deducted, but they carried on fighting.
Yeah.
Forest as well.
And Forest, yeah.
And Forest, yeah. And seemingly able to make the decisions about them. In fact, I commented on a post today because I'm getting quite fed up of some of the online things I see of. Now Ian Wright's come under the spotlight about because he said it's not fair and all this about the charges. It was actually asked on Match of the Day by Gary Lineker what he felt about it, and he gave his opinion. So. On a couple of the sites, they're having a go at Ian Wright, saying, "No, you have to, get over this and everything else." I've had enough of it, and I put a note up there to say, not too long ago, the Turkish Football Federation suspended the league, the entire league, over refereeing decisions and a referee getting attacked. Argument. They suspended the league. And frankly, until the authorities that be in football grow some balls and stand up and say, right, the Premier League is suspended until the results of these charges. Can you imagine? And I guarantee you, Sky will be onto them for the money they're losing. TNT will be onto them for the money they're losing. The BBC will be onto them. And you will get the quickest decision ever and the quickest resolution to this. But somebody's got to grow some balls and stand up and demand it. We'd all miss football. All of us.
That Goldbridge guy, he got a cease and desist letter from Man City for talking about the charges.
Mark
Goldbridge,
Yeah, I saw that he got attacked all over social media, all over the mainstream media. I think he got a slot in the Talk Sports show, and I think, but he's got the right to say these things. He's not a paid pundit. He's a social media presenter.
But also, he's not on City's books.
Exactly. So I don't know what did Masters do at the Emirates in not going to? Did he think Arsenal's going to win the league and then present the trophy to Arsenal? But why was he at the Emirates? He should have gone to the Etihad and say, look, here is the trophy, but here's your charges as well. This is.
I actually think that was a good move to have him there, because to me it was a recognition of how far Arsenal have come and deserve the respect to have somebody there from the Premier League. Because they're always at that bloody Etihad, But it's about time that somebody showed their face at Arsenal.
I hear you, John, but you know what? The agenda is also there because, like you say, nobody's growing some balls to take on this particular issue with the 115 charges. He is the Premier League's CEO or boss or whatever he is. He should start and make. I mean, he said something a month or two ago. He said the date is not confirmed, but who knows? The charges will be done soon.
Yes, I remember that.
Who knows what happens on the 19th of May, which is the last day. It's come and it's gone. Nothing happened. So I don't know where is these people going to come off. I mean, they're going to have to sort it out soon before the new season starts.
But it's starting. It's starting to turn people. I mean, a lot of things have edged people away from the game, but this what's going on now is turning a lot of genuine fans away from the sport, and it really is. Nobody is blaming the players of Manchester City for their achievement.
No, they can't.
They,
Players.
they can only go out and play their game because they're professional footballers and they want to win, right? So that we can't have the argument, about them, because that's what their job is to do. But the job of the authorities is to step up and stop this sort of thing going on and not allow and I don't care whose money it is, but not allow these conglomerates and everything else to determine this is football. This is the English Premier League, right? And we're being kowtowed to by oil money. Yes, I know our sponsors are Emirates, right? I mean,
but we're being controlled.
But we're being controlled in the right way. We all know that there's money in football. The person who doesn't know that is very naive. But this is absolutely ridiculous. And say those balls have got to be grown, and they've got to stand up and say, whoever it was, Chelsea winning it for vote. This has got to stop, because even Abramovich was caught in the end, wasn't it? It's got to stop.
Joan, do you remember Leeds? Do you remember what happened with Leeds? They were relegated, 3 leagues down?
Exactly.
Or 4 leagues. Yeah.
It's absolutely, it stinks. And the Manchester City players are running around celebrating it, but they're still going to go away and read all this. What a way to be winning it with that stigma. It's not because of how good they've played, right? Because people don't think it is that now. It's because it's been bought. And I don't want football to carry on going that way, because it's completely taking football away. And I praise the Turkish Federation for what they did by suspending. We're stopping until something happens here. And I just tell you, if there was no Premier League here for a couple of weeks, this case would soon be stopped.
Yeah, but what I don't understand is that, okay, obviously now the season is gone. Why don't all the managers get together and say, like, hey, we want this solved before the start of the new season?
Or we're not going to play. Yeah, we're not going to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta protest it at some point.
Yeah.
Because I can imagine also with Everton, Everton has points taken off, and okay, they're still there, but I can also imagine that they will say, like, why have City not lost points? Why have we lost points? Like, it was like this, and it was like points taken off. So, and I don't understand why these managers not all go together and say, like, okay, we want something to be done.
Like I said, somebody's got to stand up. Somebody's got to stand up and say, right.
But I think if you take all the managers from every single team together, then you have like a strong group that can stand up, because they can actually say, like, okay, it's fine, we are not going to play.
And it's clubs like Everton and Forest. They're really financially in a lot of trouble, especially Everton. I think there was a rumor again that the takeover for Everton is now back on the cards. But until that happens, they're facing a lot of trouble financially. But yeah, be that as it may, like you say, Larissa, but I think it's also in the interest of the club owners not to allow their managers to go and have this thing. But they have to remember, if it happens to them, they can't not stand out of the water. Therefore, it's in their interest to allow these managers to do something about it, or even they themselves, as owners of clubs, to go and go to the Premier League and say, we can't afford these teams to get away with it. I mean, they need to accept that if it happens to them, they're going to have to accept the consequences. Therefore,
we had all this facade a couple of seasons ago about the Super League, didn't we? What's this?
Oh yeah,
What's going on now? Right? This is actually a Super League.
Yeah. So that is the same thing where the fans has protested against the Super League, and the owners they have to give in. Although the Super League has not gone away, it's still there. It's just have calmed down, and they're going to come up with other sorts of methods to get what they want. But the Premier League has to come to a point where they have to listen to the fans and listen to the 19 other owners in the league, because City can't get away with this again.
No.
But it has to be presented in a way that, because this sort of the childlike mind of a lot of footballers, it's like you're only jealous. It's not that. We're not saying that it's the fault of the players on the pitch. It's the system that is at fault, and that's the thing that's got to be stood up to. You know, so it has to be presented in a way, but that case has got to be presented, and it's got to be that we are not playing anymore until this is sorted out. And all the fans will be suffering for it. We'll all be missing it. We'll all be having rucks on here. But we want to get something done about it, because really, enough is enough.
Yeah.
And a lot of countries look to the English Premier League for standards and everything else. And what standard we're giving here, you know?
Where did Larissa go? Let's move on. So the player of the match on Sunday.
I'm going to sign out now, guys, because I've got to rush off. So keep in touch, everyone.
Yeah, all the best in London, Joan, and I hope the United fan sees you for you.
God, yeah.
Can't wait to watch. Good luck.
Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. I'll have to put a mask. I'll have to go in disguise or something like that. Anyway, take care, everyone.
Take care.
All the best. Thanks for coming on.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So the player of the match, Sima, was for me these two guys. I'm not sure who you think they were for you.
No, Tommy's goal was brilliant. Brilliant goal.
Yeah, no, it was a beautiful
taken. Goal. It kind of reminded me of Martinelli's goal last season, earlier on in the season.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
No, that was brilliant. I think the whole team were good overall. I did feel bad for Declan Rice because the Everton goal did go off his head. So that was a little bit. But apart from that,
we felt a bit of sadness there.
Yes, you could see on his face. But overall, man of the match, Tommy for me. I mean, Odegaard's brilliant every game. You know, that guy just never slows down. It's brilliant. And as soon as the minute he slows down, the pundits are on his back.
Exactly. He hides in big games or he disappears.
Give him a break. Give him a break. Yeah. He's a brilliant captain. You should see him, you know. I see things that the cameras don't pick up. And, you know, it's just brilliant when you know, to watch. He runs back to Arteta all the time and, you know, they're conversing as the game's going and, you know, there's a brilliant scene, you know, actually. I don't know if the cameras picked it up, but Arteta's talking to, can't remember who it was, but my friend, right, she's got it on video, having a conversation. There's an Everton player standing right there listening into this conversation. And he's like, and then you see, right, that Arteta moves back, and I think it was Odegaard. He moves on, and then the Everton player goes straight over to his boss and tells them, you can literally see this conversation. But then what he doesn't see is Arteta calls him back, Odegaard back, and then they have that conversation again. So it's like a bit of tactics, you know, going on. It was brilliant to see. So, but yeah, no, I mean, you know, if you want to give it for that game, yes, Tommy Yasu, brilliant.
Yeah, that was a good goal, and then of course we all missed out on the myself and Larissa the closest to the goal predictions for the game.
Yeah.
That is just that, and then of course Ange just alluded to it there. Wow.
Yeah. He deserves it. Great captain, great player, non-stop.
Yeah.
You know, 110% every time. And he
didn't get the look in. He didn't get a look into the Premier League season, the player of the season.
That's it. Oh, I wonder who got it. I wonder how.
Foden. Yeah, all the money. Look, be that as it
Funny
may, that's
that
one of
the woman was also a City player.
it was, yeah, it
Yeah.
was. So the last segment I wanna get to is our manager.
Ah.
Back to the drawing board. No excuses. And that is the ugly truth. And he himself had this to say.
I think now it's time to have a break, think, reflect, and please keep pushing, keep inspiring this team. Don't be satisfied because we want much more than that, and we're gonna get it. Thank you so much.
I'm getting goosebumps again.
So he said it.
Yeah.
He said it.
Yeah.
So we as fans has to push and have to demand more, and that's why I say no excuses, and that is the ugly truth. We have to expect trophies the next season. We have to expect it.
Yeah,
And
but
you know
then we
where
are
it's
on his plan, and he's on plan. He knows he's on his 4th to 5th step, you know, so he's getting there.
But you know where it starts, Seema? It's starting with the Carabao Cup. It's starting with these small little cups, because I believe a winning mentality comes from winning things. You know what I mean? So if you win this small cup, you will strive and endeavor to do better, to win a bigger cup, and so on and so forth. So therefore, it has to be said, Mikel Arteta won't be under pressure now, but if he doesn't reach the heights where he did this season and last season, then he will start being under pressure. What do you say, Larissa?
Well, obviously they have a plan, and it seemed like last season they were already cooking something, and yeah, we saw how it happened this season. He was again in the top 3 before Liverpool started to bottle it. But yeah, I think they are already busy with the next season, and they are obviously already onto something that we probably don't know. Because behind closed doors there's a lot going on already for the new season. And I think if we do get our top striker that we need, I think we're gonna win it next season.
And we got a glimpse of Timber coming back.
Oh,
what it's going to be like.
Yeah.
What it's going to be like.
If we have like that whole back line, like if we keep it intact, like the way how it is, it's rock solid. I mean, none of those 4 can leave, because that's like rock solid. And
I know, right?
Raya has been great. I mean, sorry, Ramsdale. I mean, I love the guy, but Raya has been great. And
yeah.
He together with his back line is like solid, rock solid. Yeah. And midfield, also pretty good. I mean, also nothing to do about it. It's just in the front, the striker position. I mean, we had like, 50 goals scored by everybody on the field?
Yeah.
None of them came from a striker. So
No.
Jesus is not it.
I saw the rumours that Jesus may be going, but Jesus put on his post, see you next season.
Yeah, and he's on this because they said like he's not fit enough, and also the knee issues, and he's obviously not scoring the goals. And I saw Zinchenko also requested to be on this.
I think Zinchenko, there was a post early in the year that Zinchenko requested to leave because he wants to go to war for his country.
Yeah.
He wants to go fight in the war in his country. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But there was this sort of this post that came out a few months ago,
Yeah.
That is the reason why he wants to leave Arsenal, not to go play football, but he wants to go and fight with his countrymen, which is pretty honorable and patriotic.
Of course, of course.
But yeah, also we need a Saka backup, because Saka, I mean, for the last game he didn't play, and you could see his sadness after the game. He wasn't involved in the game, irrespective of whether he would have made a difference to win the league or not.
He had a bit of a limp. He had a bit of a limp.
Did. And he picked it up in the game against United.
Yeah. No, you could see when he came out on the field afterwards, he still had the limp.
Yeah, but he's been like that the whole season already, yeah, with this calf injury or something.
Yeah, he did. But again, back to Mikel Arteta's Sima. There is expectations, isn't it?
Yes, there's expectations, but trust the process, and we've been trusting him. You know, this season he's proven it, and we know next season and it's all down to the team's mentality, the growth that they've had, and them competing for the places as well. And he's got that extended squad to play in the Carabao Cup, to play in the FA Cup, to play in the Champions League. They're mature. You know, this season on, it was their first time in the Champions League. You know, so they learned. They've seen how fast-paced, how strong the other teams are. That they are, you know, they'll train and gear themselves up for the coming season. So I think, you know, we're gonna have an exciting season for sure.
Yeah, but also one thing that I must say, and I to the extent agree with Simon Jordan, he said, is that the players, the manager, because we have not won a major trophy bar the FA Cup that he won in his first year, we have not won a major trophy. Therefore, we don't have the mentality to win trophies, which makes it difficult for us. Therefore, I say, if you win a trophy, you do get that mentality to go for the next, because
but don't forget these people, they don't look at the fact that the squad that he's built actually only started 2 seasons ago, not 4 seasons ago.
We
have a very young squad, and he had to get rid of all the trouble that was in there that wasn't allowing the team to progress. Now, this season and last season, he's had to build it. So he's got over those hurdles, and he's got the gel that he needs within the team. And that winning mentality. You saw those faces, you know, on Sunday. They were down. Even though they'd won the game, they knew they were disappointed. They were down. They were sad. Even when their families came on the pitch, they were sad.
This is something Emerson has brought up. Arteta has to balance his team to the early stages of the Carabao Cup, and none of the academy players from this season will be around, except for those guys. I think again it has to start with the smaller competitions to build that mentality. Like we've seen this season and last season. Last season, in the back end of the season, we didn't have the tenacity to go continue. Yes, we had a major player out on injury, which is Saliba. This season, I mean, he has not missed a second of any particular game this season. So that makes a difference. But also, we didn't have that tenacity to continue with the winning streak being on top for so long in the season. This season was different. We knew what we did, what we went through last season, and we could build on that. And this season, we kept that mentality, we kept that fight, we kept everything alive, and we had Saliba with us. So I think that became a learning curve. Therefore, I say, going to the next season, everything that we've learned, and like Odegaard has said, now we have to build on this, what we've learned. And every time they learn something, they continue and grow in that. So it is something that we're gonna have to work on. And like you guys both said, it is a process, but it's onto the manager now to make sure that these players don't forget those things.
Yeah, but also you can see the passion back in the players. Like, if you look at when Arteta started, there was like players there. They were like, okay, I'll just play this game and we're done with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Now you see, like last season, this season, you even see it in Gabriel when he stops a goal or he prevents a corner or whatever. He's like shouting as if he won the World Cup or something.
Yeah.
And that's also something that he brought back in
Yeah.
these players.
Yeah.
It's oh man, the way you see them on the pitch and like fighting for each other for each ball and all of these things, and that's something that we also missed seeing with the team. And it's the whole passion that you see now, and the whole stadium feels it, and the whole stadium is also getting behind that passion, and that's how you get now that the Emirates is like almost shaking out of the you know. And that's also something that, me personally, I see it at home, and I even feel it through the television. I just feel the passion from the whole Emirates and from the players and everybody. And Sunday, Taylor, those faces, that's just something that you don't want to see next, of course. But it's something that came out of Arteta. Like, he started this and he transferred his passion for the game into these players, and you can see it now. I mean, even the thing what he did with going to Dubai, and he invited the wives, the kids, everybody to just create that whole family idea. And you can see it now on the pitch. Even it's just one big family, like brothers playing together.
Yeah. And one of the things one of the points I want to pick up on is that Saliba played in every game, every second of those games. Yeah. Yet, no one picked up on the fact that, oh, look, he's tired. He's done this error. He's done that error. Why? Because he didn't do it. Because he didn't show he was tired. We had the same mentality with every player, but the pundits will pick up on Saka and say, oh, Saka's too tired. That's why he doesn't run for the ball. That's why he can't get the ball in the back of the net. I mean, like, you know, they pick and choose who they want to put down.
Yeah, but that's also when you mean Haaland, he doesn't show up for every single game.
Yeah, exactly. No one says it.
Especially in the top 6 games, he doesn't show up.
Yeah, he doesn't show up. Like, for all these big games, you don't see him. He maybe has like one touch. What was that one game that he had 0 touches? Nobody spoke about that. And then he's running.
Yeah. Rashford's the same. Rashford doesn't turn up. Who else is there? Who's the Liverpool? Diaz. How many has he missed? Right?
Yeah. Also, Nunes, the 89 million pound player.
Yeah.
But what's the guy's name from Chelsea?
Salah also didn't.
Son. Look at Son. We know he can miss very well.
Yeah. You know that guy that we was actually supposed to buy, and then Chelsea bought it.
Mudryk.
Yeah.
Mudryk.
I mean,
Mudryk.
that guy doesn't show up for 2 seasons. Nobody talks about it, but he cost 180 million.
Yeah, exactly. True.
Here's a statement from Ange. Men need silverware to pick up. I don't think FA Cup is. If we need the league, we have to get the league. Here's a question quickly, and I think we're gonna wrap it up after this. Is what are your views on the home?
On the home top.
This is the only top that I have here. It is this one here. I don't like the pants of the ladies. It doesn't look right from behind.
No, but I heard more people say that, like, it looks like they have a little bit bigger behind.
That stripe coming down the back, and that's not something that I like. The top in itself, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't like the neckline. You know, the blue is right there, and then it goes white. If you look on the front, you need to see the front side.
Yeah. Well, I saw the leaked version, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna wait and see till I see it like in person, see it on the player, and I actually kind of like it. I bought mine like Thursday already, so.
See, I didn't. I went into the store and I was like, I'm not sure. I'd rather get the, I think it's the turquoisey one, not the black one, but the turquoise one.
Or for the
It's going to be the third kit. Yeah.
third kit, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see if I
It's
can't put it up here quickly.
No, this
Not those. Not those.
yeah.
No. It's got the blue, proper blue. And it's got the gun, the cannon only gun.
I saw it coming out Thursday and I was like, yep. And then I
Yeah.
was like, oh, who do I want on the back? But I went for Kim Little.
Yeah, there you go. You see the cut on that
Yeah.
and around the neck. It just, I don't know, I just didn't like it. So, and I'm not very keen on the green and red. Not I'm not keen on the green. I like the red on it, but not the green.
Yeah, I'm not so keen on that one. It reminds me a bit of an old Ajax jersey that they had like
Yeah.
a few seasons ago because of the Bob Marley thing. So
Oh yes, yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Yeah, so there's supposed to be the third kit, which I quite like. So I'll see that one maybe.
saw there anything from that one?
The third kit is more like a turquoisey. That was the leak. That was the leaked version.
I'm not so fond of this one. Huh? I think that the design doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
You say you don't like the neckline.
Yeah, I don't like the neckline.
Yeah, black jersey. Nah, it doesn't scream Arsenal to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
And if you look at the neckline, I think the design. I don't know what Adidas tried. Yeah, I think
it's a round neck. Had it been a V neck, it might have been better.
Yeah.
No, but now if you look at the design with, I'm gonna sort of try. You see the cursor?
Yeah.
So this whole red part
Mm.
looks like a bottle.
No way!
Which
You got that.
I thought he was going to say it looks like the cup. I totally thought it looks like the cup, but he said the bottle instead. Oh my word!
So you get where I'm going with it.
Oh God! Why did no one pick that up? Seriously, why did no one pick that up?
It looks like a bottle, so it sort of suggests that we've bottled the league last season.
Oh God!
Say if you just make like ears on it, it looks like the Champions League cup.
Yeah, the trophy. It's the trophy. Yeah.
Probably. Anyway, I'm not sold on that.
Now I cannot see it anymore.
She doesn't want it.
Oh, damn it! I sent my jersey back.
Good job, I didn't
But
buy it.
from the front, because the red part here at the back, that's on the inside. That's not, so your neck will be there, so you won't see the actual bottle.
Yeah.
But
That will be this part then.
Yeah. Anyway. Great show, and bring on the transfers. Yeah, definitely. We're gonna have a transfer couple of shows as well.
Well, we play United, don't we? Is it July?
I think
in LA.
United
in LA.
and Liverpool,
Yeah.
And Liverpool.
The women actually also play two friends.
Friday night, Friday morning.
In Melbourne. Yeah.
No, we also go to the USA, the women.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They one game against Chelsea and one game against Washington Spirit.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't realize that. I didn't look at that.
Yeah. We also go there now.
Okay.
Wow. Brilliant.
Ladies, we've come to an end. Firstly, I wanted to say thank you once again.
Thank you.
You've met those new two ladies. Probably we're going to have a season review. Not game for game, but the highlights of the season. We probably have that.
Yeah.
Riz, Pinky, I don't know by then how she'll be. I'll probably get that information a couple of days before to give these ladies more time to make up their mind whether they want to come. But you guys obviously, and Ange, I think we're going to have a full house for that show, just to reflect on the highlights of the season, and then thereafter we will do some transfers and whatnot. Laris, you are in London in June, you said, on July or June?
June, 29th of June.
29 June. So you're going to do that March?
Joining the Gay Goonos for the Pride Parade.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
I won a Pride bracelet, so they
Ooh.
had the newsletter and stuff like that, and they sent it out in April, and I was like, oh, just sign up if you want to have a chance, because there was like too many people. And then suddenly last week I got an email like, congratulations, and I was like, what?
Brilliant.
Yeah, so
Lovely.
I'm gonna be on the bus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm
That's
excited.
going to be a nice trip.
Well, then we better meet up, okay?
Yes, Angie also wants to meet up with me in that
Yes.
weekend, so I'm gonna
Yes.
be there from the 28th till the 30th.
Okay.
So
Cool.
a whole weekend. Yeah.
Nice. Look forward to it.
Great stuff. Tell me quickly, any lot?
For the link for the YouTube show. We'll just throw the
Sure, for
video
sure, for sure. And also, make videos. We'll make videos. Please.
Yeah.
You guys are in UK and you are close to UK. I'm miles away from you guys. I'm hoping to somehow get to that side one day when I'm big. Ladies, thanks a lot. Again, any last words from you, guys?
Can't wait for next season. We're gonna rock it. Just can't wait.
Next season will be ours.
It's ours.
Definitely.
For sure.
For sure. We will also have a Laris, talking about my birthday. It wasn't my birthday per se. It was supposed to be the show's birthday, but not 25 years old. It's supposed to be 4 years old. I think I made the date wrong, and also why I think I can't remember, but you can't be under 18 when you obviously create an account.
That's true.
So yeah, I think that is probably the reason.
So it's like happy birthday.
In fact, I got a lot of those happy birthdays.
I saw Angie also send you one.
Yeah, I saw that as well. But yeah. Anyhow, ladies, it's 11 o'clock here by me, almost 10 past 11.
Same here.
And I'm gonna go do this now.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for Ange and for Emerson that's been in the chat.
Thank you.
Alex
Joan is
is
gone. Thanks, Laris.
Thank you,
and John, all the best in London as a Man United fan.
Driver.
And there's nothing else to say but let's play.
I think now it's time to have a break, think, reflect, and please keep pushing, keep inspiring this team. Don't be satisfied, because we want much more than that, and we're gonna get it. Thank you so much.
Goosebumps again.
Cheers.